Hello there YouTube, this is Tom Crandall from Gear Mashers. Today we're talking the GoPro Chesty, the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and the GoPro Karma Grip. That's the GoPro gimbal that they have. So if you're out there mountain biking, you want to take the best video you possibly can, you sort of have two options. Well, maybe have a few other options, but as far as your chest, you essentially have two. So you can either use the GoPro straight out of the box, or you can have a setup where you're using the GoPro Karma Grip or maybe some other gimbal. And so in the video, I'm going to showcase both using the Hero 7 Black without the gimbal and then the Karma Grip, and it's amazing the difference. Now the Hero 7 Black is supposed to be like the, GoPro's premier camera, video recorder, and they say that it, you don't really even need a gimbal with it. That's sort of BS when you're out there on a mountain bike. You really do. As far as I'm concerned, the footage is dramatic. But if you don't have the money for a gimbal and you just want to use the GoPro 7, it's a lot better than the earlier versions of the GoPro. So it is, the footage is better. But if you really want to have ultra stable footage with hardly any shaking going on, you're going to want a gimbal. And the cool thing about the Karma Grip is they actually have an extended cable unit for it. So the Karma Grip doesn't come with this wiring. That's an extra cost that you're going to have to include into your gimbal. But what it allows you to do is just have the part of the gimbal up front, and then you'd stuff this in maybe a backpack or something like that and get it out of the way, so you just have your gimbal up front. Now when you're out there mountain biking, one of the things that you'll find pretty quickly is if you mount the GoPro with it up facing how you normally think it would, and you lean over, so let me just slide this guy in, what happens is the camera points down, and if you try to push it back to try to make it point back upward, you can't do it because it runs into your chest. And so GoPro has something called a J hook, and so the J hook it looks sort of like a J, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use the J hook and then mount the camera upside down. And so by mounting it upside down, what that'll allow you to do is that will allow you to move the camera up. So as you're leaning over, you can move it up so that it's either level or pointing upward. And that's exactly what you want for your footage, so you can see some sky above the trail, and it makes it a little bit more dynamic. So that's how you'd set up the GoPro. With the Karma Grip, essentially the same thing. You can use the J hook or maybe something else, just like a normal hook here. And then you would mount the Karma Grip right to the front, and then you'd put this somewhere in the back, maybe a backpack or something like that. Or I've actually seen some people where they have like something where they can mount it to the front of their chest. I do find that having a gimbal on your body is a little bit awkward. If maybe if the GoPro 8 came out and it was like super stable or something like that, I would just opt for that, just because it's a lot easier than having to deal with the gimbal. But the advantage of having the gimbal, of course, is you have an extended battery life, because the gimbal is actually charging the camera while it's on there. So you'll get a little bit extra juice out of the gimbal with the camera than you would just with the camera by itself. And I'm pretty sure you can even hook up a battery pack. Yeah, you can hook up a battery pack to the Karma Grip, and then you pretty much have all day a battery life. So it would last you a lot longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some footage between just using the GoPro Hero 7 Black, just straight out of the box, and then with the Karma Grip. And you'll especially near the end of the video, it's dramatic. I'm going through this rocky section and the bike's bouncing up and down. My arms are going all over the place, but the footage is super smooth. It's just unbelievable. So I'll have all the links to all these products in the description. And at some point, I'll also have a little bit longer write-up on the website, gearmasters.com. So definitely check that out. All right, here we go. So I have the camera mounted backwards, or actually have the camera mounted upside down. And so that will be pretty cool, hopefully. Hopefully we're getting some good footage out here and a little bit up higher. One of the problems with the chest strap is the mounting. When you're using the chest strap on a mountain bike, it doesn't get as good a coverage because it's pointing sort of downward. So you see your hands and stuff like that, but you don't see much up here. So with the camera upside down, you should be able to see a lot more. So that's my hope, at least. And so the mount system I'm using, it's a GoPro, I think they call it a J hook. And so that allows me to get the camera in a better angle and position than I normally would be able to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and ride on a little bit rougher terrain to see how this GoPro 7 Black works out. So that's the plan. I'm using the GoPro audio, so that's what you're hearing right now. Don't have an external mic or anything set up, although I guess I could run one, but with the chest mount, it's sort of a pain. I'll show you in another video how I set up the GoPro if I want an external microphone. But we're coming up to a section that will get a little bit bumpy, and then we'll get back onto a bike trail, and then we're gonna go a little bit off-roading into the woods. So here we go. Here's a little bumpy section, so hopefully the GoPro won't bounce around too much, and it'll have a pretty stable footage. So we'll see. Here we go. So we're going to be doing a little bit of off-roading, and we're just going to be testing out how well the GoPro 7 works with the GoPro Gimble. And it's this one's chest mounted, so it should be super smooth if everything's set up correctly. So we'll see if that works. I have a really low gear on my mountain bike. It's single speed, Gates carbon drive. So we'll see if this, I just changed it out earlier this week. Can't go too fast on the roads, but it helps out like once you're in the thick of the things. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into a little bit of rough riding. Just going through this little patch here. Should be smooth. All right, back on it. So we're just on this bike trail for just a little bit. We've got some water through here. All right, so we got another bumpy section here. Calm it down a little bit. More water. All right, here's another bumpy section. Moving around. All right, this is a really good bumpy section. So this will test out. I'm really moving around on the bike. How good it is. Stabilization. Now we're back at it. Here we go. All right. So that's 60 frames per second, going at 2.7. is about the rockiest section I can think of as far as just bumps. All right, and then we're on the smooth section. It makes Paris-Roubaix seem sort of tame. I'll go through a rocky section again. My front shock's getting the workout. And now we're back to smooth sailing. Have a really cool sneak preview of another video coming out that you might want to check out. So this is my vlogging setup for the GoPro, and I'm using an external mic. I have the GoPro microphone adapter. I wish GoPro would just put a microphone port in the GoPro itself. That would make it easy. And I got this cool cage off of Amazon that allows me to have the adapter right underneath the cage, and it makes everything look really, really nice and clean. And then I just put a little mount on top, and then I have, this is a Rode microphone with a dead cat. This is the, what is this? It's called the Video microphone, and this is probably the best non-battery microphone that Rode has. People really rave about it. And then the actual handle here is an extension pole, and so it extends out. This is by GoPro. It's the Fusion grip, which is cool. And the neat thing is the grip actually is a tripod, so it comes out. There's these little magnets inside there that keeps it together, but it sets up nice. It's not as tall as some tripods and extension poles, but I think it'll do the job, and I'll have a video on this and I'll talk about the whole setup, but it's pretty cool, and I'll do some audio tests as well. So look for this video coming soon. I'll probably put it up somewhere in the video here once it's done, so you can just click. Actually, what I'll do, yeah. So when the video is done, you just be able to click up there and see the video as well. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. That helps me get in products like these. Also check out gearmashers.com. That's a website that I go into a bit more detail on a lot of the products I talk about. And also check out the description. I'll have links to all the products. So it's really easy. Just click on the link and you can buy it on Amazon. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.